from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Friday, January 6th, 2017. I'm Ann Gownley. Two Pottsville men are facing a list of charges after a shootout in Pottsville early this morning. 25-year-old Daquan Maurice Price and 21-year-old Christopher Matthew Negron got into a fight at Sarge's Soup and Sandwich Shop on Center Street in Pottsville shortly after 12 a.m. Both men began shooting at each other and were taken to an area hospitals for non-life-threatening injuries. The two were charged with attempted criminal homicide, aggravated assault, simple assault, recklessly endangering another person, and possession of instruments of crime. The Sugarloaf Citizens Club has been formed. It's a group of people opposed to a proposed asphalt plant. It started a Facebook page and a GoFundMe page to raise money for legal expenses and developed an online petition to oppose the plant. The operation has been proposed by Glenn O. Hawbaker Incorporated of State College. It wants to build it on a 16.9 acres along Tom Hicken Road. Hawbaker estimates 7,500 trucks a year will be going to and from the plant. The company also operates a quarry near Millsville. Hazleton businessman Lex Sloot, who lives a quarter of a mile from the site, has become the front man for the group. He says the main concerns are health hazards, truck traffic, falling property values, and a declining tax base. A continuing zoning hearing on the plant is set for January 23rd at Sugarloaf Township Fire Company. Today we reached out to representatives at Glenn O. Hawbaker Incorporated, but were unable to receive a comment. A deal is in the works regarding a Hazleton murder. 22-year-old Juan Carlos Perez has entered into plea negotiations. Prosecutors want his attorney calls an extremely fair deal. Perez is charged with murder in the shooting death of Jose A. Luigi Concepcion. His body was found in the Humboldt Industrial Park last January. His burned out car was found along Club 40 Road just outside city limits near Stockton No. 6. Prosecutors say Perez murdered Concepcion to get rid of drug selling competition. Luzerne County Judge Fred Parentoni III continued the trial until March 27th to allow the deal to come together. No details as to what would be in it have been released. Even though many prisons have overcrowding throughout the state of Pennsylvania, 2 out of 5 prisons are under consideration for closure. The Department of Corrections Secretary met with union officials to discuss the plan to close 2 prisons and reduce half the community corrections population by June 30th of this year, as part of spending reductions in the response to state budget deficit. The 5 prisons under construction consideration to close are SCI Mercer in Mercer County, SCI Retreat in Luzerne County, SCI Frackville in Schuylkill County, SCI Waymart in Wayne County, and SCI Pittsburgh in Allegheny County. Senator Johnny Dechak is against the closing of the 2 prisons and released the following statement today saying, quote, "With an unemployment rate of 6.3% in Luzerne County, that continues to climb higher than both the state and national average. What sense does it make to add to the economic distress of northeastern Pennsylvania by closing state prisons?" Unquote. SCI Waymart and SCI Pittsburgh present significant challenges for closure. SCI Waymart serves inmates with serious mental health conditions, and SCI Pittsburgh is a diagnostic and classification center for incoming inmates and provides specialty services. The department will announce its final decision on January 26th. In a joint session of Congress this afternoon, lawmakers certified the Electoral College votes, the final step in declaring the president. Donald J. Trump will now officially be the 45th president of the United States of America with 304 electoral votes to Hillary Clinton's 227. Barletta, who endorsed Trump early on in the campaign and was considered for one of his cabinet positions, had this to say after today's official tally. Quote, "What began many months ago on the campaign trails of America has finally come to pass today with the certification of Donald J. Trump's victory on November 8th, 2016. It is clear that President-elect Trump would not have been successful without Pennsylvania's support, and I am proud to have actively served as his campaign co-chairman in the Commonwealth. In just 2 short weeks, the president-elect will take the oath of office, and we can get down to the serious business of making America great again," unquote. 11th District Congressman Lou Barletta has introduced his first bill of the new 115th Congress. It targets sanctuary cities, to which refused to cooperate with federal immigration authorities. It's called the Mobilization Against Sanctuary Cities Act. The bill prohibits any federal funding for a minimum period of 1 year to any state or local government which has a policy or law that prevents them from assisting immigration authorities in enforcing federal law. The Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency lists about 300 such localities in the United States. They include some of the country's biggest cities, such as New York and Philadelphia, as well as some smaller cities and townships, including a handful in Pennsylvania. Barletta introduced the bill as a freshman congressman in 2011, but it didn't go anywhere. This time he's got the president-elect on the same side. Donald Trump has also stated that he wants to abolish sanctuary city polices nationwide. Barletta also cited the case of Kate Steinle, a 32-year-old San Francisco woman who was killed by a 7-time felon in the country illegally who'd been deported 5 times previously. The mayors of several major cities are gearing for a fight with the Trump administration over the sanctuary city polices. Luzerne County Judge David Lupus is running for retention. He's the only county judge up for retention this year. He was first elected in 2007. Lupus is a former Luzerne County District Attorney. The seat pays around $176,500. His time on the bench has been split between juvenile justice and adult criminal cases. Judges must face retention votes every 10 years. Voters can yes or no votes. Several judges have lost their seats in retentions, most recently former Luzerne County Judge Peter Paul Oshevsky, who was Lupus's predecessor as district attorney. Governor Tom Wolf has endorsed Obama Labor Secretary Tom Perez to be the chairman of the Democratic National Committee. Wolf called Perez a proven leader with a record of delivering results. Wolf is the 5th Democratic governor to back Perez, joining Virginia's Terry McAuliffe, John Bell Edwards of Louisiana, John Hickenlooper of Colorado, and Gina Raimondo of Rhode Island. Representative Keith Ellison of Minnesota, the first Muslim elected to Congress, is the apparent frontrunner in an increasingly contentious race. Also running is Raymond Buckley, the openly gay state chairman of New Hampshire, who has close ties to the Clintons. Perez is the choice of the Obama legions in the party. Members of the DNC will choose the new party chair in February. Turnpike tolls are going up on Sunday. It's a 6% increase for both cash and Easy Pass drivers along the entire system. The Turnpike Commission says the money will help fund projects to rebuild and widen the Turnpike, as well as support Pennsylvania's public transportation needs. The commission says it generates $1 billion in annual toll revenue from more than 198 million vehicles a year during the 2016 fiscal year. Cash tolls are slated to increase every year until 2044. Easy Pass hikes are far less frequent. Bill Cosby's case may be heard by a jury from somewhere other than Montgomery County, where the trial is being held. It's what's known as a change of venue rather than a change of venue, which is where you move the trial to another county. Montgomery County DA Kevin Steele said in a court filing that he would agree to selecting a jury from outside Montgomery County because it would expedite the case. If Judge Stephen O'Neill agrees, the state Supreme Court would pick the other county. Cosby's lawyers said last week that the entertainer could not get a fair trial in Montgomery County, which is in suburban Philadelphia, as news coverage and the use of the Cosby case in Steele's 2015 campaign for DA would hurt the jury selection process. Prosecutors say it would be difficult to find a venue anywhere in the United States where jurors are completely unaware of the allegations against Cosby and argue that he cannot complain about the national media coverage. Cosby faces 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault for allegedly drugging and molesting Andrea Costand in his home in 2004. His trial is scheduled for June, although the judge has indicated he could hold it before then. Well, it's time now for a first look at our forecast. The weekend is upon us, and so is the cold weather. With a small accumulation of snow overnight in many parts of our viewing area, can we expect any more over the next several days? Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with all the details. Joe?
Yeah, a little bit of that light snow across our area today, more of a nuisance than anything, to create a couple of slick spots across our area, and it continues to be cold across our area. The weekend will continue to be very cold. We're not going to be getting out of the teens for daytime high temperatures, but there's a little bit of a warm up in our forecast and some rain. I'll explain coming up in a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, residents in one part of Schuylkill County received new garbage bins as part of the new contract with County Waste. However, officials want everyone to understand where the proper places to place them. Our Abby Piskel will have that story. Plus, it's time for the Pennsylvania Farm Show. Find out all the happenings taking place for opening weekend. All that and more, plus sports with John Eric Poli is coming your way here on WYLN News. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, video journalists Mike Lula and Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Gary Perna, Abby Piskel, and Aaron Harvey. Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and John Eric Poli, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbachik. Discover MMI Preparatory School and you'll discover why so many families start their children in our middle school. Personalized attention and a track record of success. Join us at visitation night and then register for our entrance and merit scholarship exam. Log on to MMIprep.org and listen to parents say why they chose MMI.
I absolutely would recommend MMI to others. It's a great experience, an awesome education, and your kids will be happy.
Graziano's restaurant offers casual dining with a menu that will please your appetite. Everyone enjoys Graziano's. Join the crowd, have fun, and enjoy a fabulous dining experience. They have a full menu to choose from, catering for up to 40 people. Special orders are accepted. Located at Rose and Hazel Streets, Beaver Meadows. Call them at 570-455-9116.
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
Taking out the trash is one chore that not many people enjoy, but it's becoming much easier thanks to County Waste for residents in Klein Township. WYLN's Abby Piskel has the details.
Today was the first day of the new garbage collection system in Klein Township with County Waste. New garbage bins have been issued to residents to help make the garbage collection easier and more efficient with the use of the new trucks. Due to the movement of the truck, where residents are placing their garbage cans is important. The truck is automated, so no person will be handling the garbage. The bins should be placed at the curb and must remain 3 feet away from a car, telephone pole, or any other obstructions.
You cannot have any garbage or recycling on the ground. Everything has to be in a container. If it's on the ground, they cannot get out of the truck to go ahead and pick it up. So if someone needs an extra container, go ahead and give us a call at the township, 570-929-2195, and we'll try and accommodate you if we have other bins that can be issued out.
When putting out the garbage, residents are urged to make sure that they are placing the bins in a spot where the truck can easily access them to make the process move a little quicker.
One of the things that the contractors did want to stress is when they pick up today, they are going to place the bins back where they would like to see them every week. That way it can be quickly, they could pull up, get the garbage, and go ahead and move on. And again, if they can't pick it up, it's going to stay there and it's going to cause a problem. So please, we're asking everybody to be flexible. This is a new program. We're following the contractors' guidelines on that. If you have questions, call us. But please put it out and make sure your cans are oriented that they can go ahead and pick it up.
Anyone who is concerned about the garbage bill is reminded that the bills did stay the same at $170 per year, along with a late fee if someone does not pay through the mid-year.
If you didn't get a bill or you misplaced it, please just call that number that I gave earlier, the 929-2195, and we'll get it out there. Now, the contractor's only issuing bins, the contractor's bins, to households that are in good standings with their garbage bill. So if you're not in good standing, I believe that the township right now has approximately 30. All you got to do is contact that number, come down, and you can work it out with the township secretary, which is also the collection agent for the garbage and ash program. But we're willing to work with everybody for a smooth transition and make sure you get the bins.
Again, if you need another bin or if you have any questions, you can call Klein Township at 570-929-2195. For WYLN News, I'm Abby Piskel.
Thank you, Abby. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacek will have a look at our full forecast. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way here on WYLN.
When you're looking for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, Lehighton Kia is the place to go. They showcase a variety of vehicles, like the totally transformed Soul and the eye-catching Cadenza, the Kia Optima, not your average midsize sedan, the Forte lineup, including the Coupe and popular 5-door, the Sorento and Sportage, with a bold array of features. Ask about specials and incentives, and you can't beat the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Lehighton Kia, 21 Blakesley Boulevard, Lehighton. Call them at 610-377-1570.
Story's a glorious story, the sweetest that's ever been told. They found they were handy
at making fine candy
for family and friends to behold. Word spread through the land
that Victoria's candies
would one day be leading the rest.
Now that day is here,
for the facts are quite clear that Victoria's candies are best.
Well, we got the cold weather in place across our area. It's going to stick around as we head into this upcoming weekend. And then going into next week, we'll see a little bit of a milder trend in terms of temperatures. I think we have a shot of getting up into the 40s and upper 30s, even a chance of some rain. But in the meantime, it's cold out there. We had a little bit of that snow across our area today, more of a nuisance than anything. But it did create a couple of slick spots. But right now, you know what? It's not bad because it's cold, but yet those winds aren't nearly much of a factor as what we've seen over the last couple of days when they were really whipping up. Not the case right now. On to the numbers outside, and we're at 16 degrees, but you know, a little bit of a breeze out there. Even just the slightest breeze will make it feel a little bit colder than what the actual air temperature indicates. So despite it being 16 at times, it's still feeling like temperatures are in the single digits. And again, we did see a little bit of that snowfall across our area as we went through the overnight hours. How did we do temperature-wise? Only getting up to 20. That's it. And how about that low coming in? Wind gusts only 15 miles per hour. That's not actually too bad. Because remember, we are in January. We know the type of weather that can hold across our area. Very wicked weather. Not the case, though, today, especially with the winds. All right, on to the state of Pennsylvania. Temperatures generally in the 20s. We got some teens out there. There's been a couple of flakes out there flying, but other than that, nothing significant to worry about. And again, you know, not too bad this time of year. Could be always worse, especially look at these winds. Remember the other day we were dealing with 15, 20, 30 mile per hour winds. Not the case now. Generally 5, 10 miles per hour, pretty much on the average. Here's a look at the extended forecast going into this weekend. Well, you know what? It's going to be cold. We're just going to have to get used to it. 18 and 17, a mix of clouds and sunshine. Those overnight lows are going to be dropping down into the single digits. A little bit milder for Monday in the 20s. And then we're going to be up into the 30s for Tuesday. Partly sunny skies. And then how about 40s for Wednesday? Could be looking at some rain showers around, and then a couple of more rain showers around as we go into our Thursday, and then back up into the 40s by the ending part of next week. We'll have more for you coming up after this break.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
It's time to find your copy of the Freeland Progress. Look inside for information on the Pennsylvania Dart Tournament and more. The Freeland Progress is free at locations throughout Freeland, Whitehaven, Blakesley, Berwick, Cunningham, Drums, and the Hazleton area.
Connect's Janitorial Service, carpet cleaning, tile, linoleum, hardwood floor refinishing. Also office and home cleaning for dependable service. Call Connect's Janitorial Service 570-788-2748.
Discover MMI Preparatory School and you'll discover why so many families start their children in our middle school. Personalized attention and a track record of success. Join us at visitation night and then register for our entrance and merit scholarship exam. Log on to MMIprep.org and listen to parents say why they chose MMI.
I absolutely would recommend MMI to others. It's a great experience, an awesome education, and your kids will be happy.
The Greater Hazleton Area Civic Partnership will be hosting a Martin Luther King Day seminar focused on environmental stewardship. On Friday, January 13th, the organization will conduct the seminar for high school students to coincide with the MLK National Day of Service. The goal of the seminar is to help show the students the importance of service to the community. Nescopeck State Park will be giving a presentation on wildlife along with the Greater Hazleton Rails to Trails, to which they will teach them how to protect these species and their habitats. A representative from Eckley Miners Village will be giving a presentation on conserving the local heritage of the coal industry. The seminar kicks off next Friday, the 13th at 9:30 a.m. The Pennsylvania Farm Show opens tomorrow in Harrisburg. It's the biggest in the country. To market, the annual butter sculpture has been unveiled. It's called A Culture of Stewardship, and it pays tribute to dairy farmers. It shows a landscape of farms and hillsides given way to forest-covered peaks. It was created using about a half-ton of butter. The Farm Show is at the Farm Show Complex in Harrisburg, and it wraps up on January 14th, which is next Saturday. Coming up next, John Eric Poli is in for Eric DeBardinas with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik will have one final look at our weekend forecast. Stay tuned.
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center in the quiet town of Weatherly, Pennsylvania. The Rehab Center offers the highest level of personalized care for your therapy experience. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secure dementia unit in our facility. Weatherwood also offers Medicare-certified home health care services within the community, including therapies, skilled nursing, and certified nursing assistants. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by for a tour. 570-427-8683.
When you need used auto parts, call Bonner Enterprises. They also take your junk cars and trucks, offering competitive prices. They also deliver anti-skid, shale, and clay. Located at 410 Maplewood Drive in the Humboldt Industrial Park, call them at 570-384-3291.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to watch archive shows and a live stream of our broadcast shows. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. WYLN, we're your local network.
There are 4 high schools in Wilkes-Barre, and last night, 2 of them played each other, with Holy Redeemer visiting Myers. Holy Redeemer having a bit of an up-and-down year so far. They look to pick things up in conference play. First quarter action, Holy Redeemer down 3-0. Talila Kozarowski will pop one in from way downtown to tie things up at 3. Next, Myers possession, Sam Raja will get the steal, and she'll take it all the way to give Holy Redeemer their first lead on the night. Then, later in the first, Myers goes to the corner where Gina Scoff knocks down a 3 for the Lady Mohawks. Then the next Holy Redeemer possession, Julia Andrico says, anything you can do, I can do better, swishing in her own triple from the corner. Holy Redeemer knocks off Myers by a final score of 58-37. Last night it was Crestwood and Hazleton girls, and now tonight the boys teams will square off, and you'll be able to see that game live on WYLN at 7:30. The past few seasons, these two teams have always been at the top of the Wyoming Valley Conference, which is why each year this is a must-see game. The Comets come into the game with a 5-2 record, and they are on a 3-game win streak. Here's Hazleton area head coach Mike Joseph on Crestwood.
Play very tough, hard-nosed defense. You know, they have some returning players that had experience last year. They have guys like Grigaris and Blast that, you know, are not only successful basketball players, but have both been all-state athletes in other sports. So, you know, we know that we've got to be ready for physical basketball, and we'll prepare to go up there and do that.
The Cougars come into the game with a similar path. After a tough start to their season, the Cougars are now on a 4-game winning streak, putting them at 5-2 on the year. And if they want to make it 5 in a row, they'll have to play their game.
We got to go up there and play the way that we play. You know, do the things that we do successful, share the basketball, you know, use the things that have made us successful up to this point, you know, score some points in the paint, play good defense in our own right, control the boards, get out and run and try and get the game at our tempo and our pace.
Once again, you can see that game tonight on WYLN Live at 7:30. Chuck Pagano has now been on the hot seat with the Colts for 2 seasons, and it looks like once again he'll be keeping his job. Pagano will see a 6th season in Indianapolis after failing to make the playoffs in the past 2 seasons. The Pagano era got off to a great start in his first 3 seasons with the Colts. He guided his team to 3 straight postseason trips, finishing the regular season each year with an 11-5 record. In 2014, the Colts were a game away from making the Super Bowl, losing to the Patriots in the AFC Championship game, which better became known as the Deflategate. Pagano has a 49-31 record as head coach of the Colts. I wish I was making this next story up, but hip-hop stars Chris Brown and Soulja Boy have decided to take their social media argument into a boxing ring. Both stars have announced that they have signed up for a 3-round boxing match that you'll be able to purchase on pay-per-view. The fight is going to be promoted by 50 Cent and Mayweather Productions. Floyd Mayweather has already been posting photos on his social media accounts to help with his side of promotions, and he's involved with the fight in more ways than just that. The pound-for-pound king is also training Soulja Boy for the fight. This whole feud got started by Soulja Boy liking a picture on Instagram of Chris Brown's ex-girlfriend. Also today, Penn State junior wide receiver Chris Godwin announced that he will enter the NFL draft and forego his senior season with the Nittany Lions. That's a check on sports. Up next, Joe Garbajic is in with another look at our forecast.
The Victoria story's a glorious story, the sweetest that's ever been told. They found they were handy
at making fine candy
for family and friends to behold. Word spread through the land
that Victoria's candies
would one day be leading the rest.
Now that day is here,
for the facts are quite clear that Victoria's candies are best.
Zaner's Automotive Incorporated has been providing complete towing and wreckage recovery service. They also offer emergency truck and trailer repairs and roadside assistance. Located at 213 East Broad Street in Hazleton. Call them at 570-454-0541.
Electric Frog Designs, 323 North Hunter Highway, Route 309 Drums, offering full-color banners and signs, vehicle lettering and graphics, campaign signs, promotional products, trophies, plaques, and medals. 788-2333.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You'll meet April. She is about to have her first baby. She's been getting good chiropractic care before she was pregnant, through her pregnancy. Her story on how good chiropractic care during your pregnancy can help you feel so much better. It's coming up this week. Join us.
Alrighty, we're in the teens as we head into tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. And then as we go into our Monday in the 20s, 30s for Tuesday, and then in the 40s as we go into our Wednesday.
So some rain showers possibly next week. Mm-hmm. All right, well, 8, 5 hurts when it's out there, especially when the wind blows. But I know our crew once again walked out with a lot of sweatshirts on. So, but that snow wasn't too bad.
A little bit of a nuisance, but hey, just tells us winter's here. Spring's around the corner.
That's all that matters. We'll keep the, we should start the countdown for spring.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
I think so. I'm for it.
I'm pretty sure other people can just tell us.
I'm on
they
game
already
for that.
know.
I'm on board.
They already know. All right. Sounds good. Looking forward to more basketball games, of course,
As
from
always.
our WYLN crew. Have a good weekend, everyone.